I'll give you some rules. You can achieve anything you want. Forget that American shit.
In any realm, power cannot be effectively wielded if it is built purely on force or fear. While intimidation may grant you short-term compliance, it does not foster the kind of enduring loyalty that creates true control. Control, the kind that lasts through shifting tides and inevitable challenges, is something that must be earned. It is a currency exchange for respect, trust, and the ability to meet the needs of those who follow you. To earn control, you must first understand the people around you. This requires observing and listening more than speaking. People are driven by a blend of desires, fears, and ambitions. The key to gaining influence is understanding these drivers intimately. When you know what a person wants, you can make them see you as the gateway to achieving it. When you understand what they fear, you can position yourself as their shield. This dual approach of enabling their dreams and protecting them from their nightmares creates a bond far stronger than in contract or threat. Respect is the cornerstone of this dynamic. Respect does not come from shouting the loudest or striking the hardest. It emerges when people see that you have the qualities they aspire to emulate: wisdom, decisiveness, strength tempered by fairness. A leader who consistently demonstrates these traits will be followed willingly, even in times of uncertainty. Building this respect requires consistency. Your word must be your bond. If you promise something, deliver it. If you set a boundary, enforce it. People respect those who are reliable and predictable in their principles. It doesn't mean you need to share every plan or thought, but it does mean that when you act, your actions must align with the image you project. Earning control also means investing in others. You must ensure that those who follow you have what they need to succeed. This is not merely about material resources. It is about providing guidance, opportunities, and recognition. When people feel that their growth and success are tied to yours, they will act in your interest without being asked. They will see your success as their own and will protect it with the same vigor as if it were their personal fortune. It is also important to be generous with credit and recognition. Acknowledge the contributions of those around you. People want to feel seen and valued. When you make them feel important, they become fiercely loyal. It is a simple truth. People will go to great lengths for someone who genuinely appreciates them. On the flip side, earning respect does not mean being a pushover or allowing yourself to be taken advantage of. Fairness must always be accompanied by firmness. Those who cross you must understand the consequences. The key is to make these consequences predictable and proportional. This way you establish a reputation for being both just and resolute. People respect leaders who protect their boundaries without descending into pettiness or cruelty. Another critical aspect of earning control is humility. Arrogance is the enemy of respect. When you act as though you're above others or immune to failure, you invite resentment. A wise leader understands their limitations and is not afraid to admit mistakes or seek advice. This humility not only fosters trust, but also allows you to learn and grow. Patience is a virtue often overlooked in the pursuit of control. It is tempting to impose your will immediately, but real influence takes time to cultivate. Relationships are built slowly, through a series of small, consistent actions. Each interaction is an opportunity to strengthen your position. A kind word here, a decisive action there, and over time you weave a web of loyalty and respect that is far more robust than anything forced. When you earn control rather than demand it, you gain something far more valuable than power. You gain allies. People who follow you out of respect are more likely to stand by you in difficult times. They are more likely to speak honestly and provide the insights you need to make informed decisions. They are also more likely to protect your interests when you are not around to enforce them. Contrast this with the fleeting power of fear. Those who obey out of fear do so only as long as they perceive the threat to be immediate. The moment your back is turned or your position weakens, they will seek ways to escape your control or even overthrow it. Fear creates enemies who bide their time waiting for the right moment to strike. Respect creates allies who work with you to weather storms. In essence, earning control is about playing the long game. It requires a combination of insight, consistency, fairness, and patience. It is not the quickest path, but it is the most stable and rewarding. When you build a foundation of respect and trust, you create a legacy that can withstand challenges and thrive even in your absence. This is the essence of true control that endures. Never underestimate the value of options. In any negotiation, conflict, or relationship, the ability to pivot, adapt, or reach out for unexpected alliances is invaluable. That is why you should always leave a door open. But remember, just because the door is open does not mean it should be unguarded or unlocked. This delicate balance of approachability and guardedness is a fundamental principle of survival and success in any sphere. Opportunities often come from unexpected places. A door left open may one day allow someone with a solution to your problems to walk in. Perhaps it's an old adversary whose interests suddenly align with yours, or a forgotten connection who now holds valuable resources. By maintaining channels of communication and avoiding unnecessary hostility, you leave space for possibilities that may serve your goals. Burning bridges indiscriminately closes off these options, often at great cost to yourself. This doesn't mean you have to trust everyone or forgive every slight. Far from it, trust is earned and offenses are not to be forgotten. However, holding grudges or acting with unchecked vindictiveness can blind you to potential benefits. Even enemies can become assets under the right circumstances. The key is to keep emotions in check and assess every situation pragmatically. What can they offer you? What do they stand to gain? How can this interaction serve your greater objectives? These are the questions you must ask before closing any door permanently. At the same time, an open door must not invite vulnerability. Guard it well. People need to know that while you are willing to engage, you are not naive or weak. Your openness must be tempered with strength. This is where the concept of balance becomes critical. You must project an image that says, "I'm approachable, but I'm not to be taken lightly." This ensures that those who come through your open door do so with respect and caution, not with schemes to exploit you. Guarding an open door effectively requires boundaries. These boundaries must be clear, consistent, and enforceable. For example, you might be willing to reopen a dialogue with an old rival, but only under terms that protect your interests. You might allow someone back into your circle, but only after they've proven their loyalty in tangible ways. By setting these conditions, you make it clear that while you are open to opportunities, you are not desperate or reckless. It's also essential to understand that leaving a door open is not a sign of weakness, but a strategic choice. In fact, it often requires more strength and self-control than outright confrontation. It's easy to destroy what you distrust. It's much harder to keep it at arm's length, manage the risks, and wait for the right moment to leverage it. This patience and restraint are marks of true power. One of the greatest advantages of an open-door policy is its unpredictability. When people cannot anticipate your next move, they are less likely to act against you. An open door creates ambiguity. Are you considering an alliance? Are you ready to forgive? Are you merely biding your time? This uncertainty can be a powerful tool. It keeps your adversaries guessing and forces them to tread carefully lest they misjudge your intentions. Leaving a door open also sends a message to the world about your character. It shows that you are pragmatic, adaptable, and capable of seeing the bigger picture. These qualities are highly respected even by those who may not like you personally. They make you appear as someone worth dealing with, someone whose word carries weight, and someone who understands the complexities of human relationships. However, there is a critical element to this strategy that must not be overlooked. Time. Knowing when to open a door and when to keep it closed is an art. Open it too soon and you risk appearing desperate or weak. Wait too long and the opportunity may pass you by. The key is to stay attuned to the dynamics of the situation. Pay attention to the needs and movements of others. Be aware of shifts in power and leverage. This situational awareness will guide you in deciding when and how to act. Another important aspect of this strategy is the value of discretion. Not every open door needs to be advertised. Sometimes the best opportunities come from quiet, behind-the-scenes discussions. By keeping your options private, you avoid unnecessary scrutiny and opposition. People cannot sabotage what they do not know exists. This secrecy also gives you the freedom to explore possibilities without committing to them prematurely. Leaving a door open does not mean you must walk through it yourself. Sometimes the mere existence of an open door is enough to influence others. For example, the possibility of reconciliation may cause an adversary to hesitate before escalating a conflict. The potential for dialogue may encourage someone to rethink their position. In this way, the open door serves as a psychological tool, shaping the actions of others without requiring direct intervention from you. It's also worth noting that an open-door strategy can foster goodwill even in unlikely places. When people see that you are willing to keep options alive, they are more likely to respect you, even if they don't agree with you. This goodwill can be a valuable asset, particularly in situations where alliances or cooperation are necessary. Finally, always remember that while you may leave a door open, it is not your responsibility to convince others to walk through it. The choice must be theirs. Your role is to create the conditions that make the door inviting, but not to chase after those who hesitate. If someone is too blinded by pride or animosity to take advantage of the opportunity, that is their loss, not yours. In conclusion, the strategy of leaving a door open, but not unlocked, is a delicate balancing act. It requires wisdom, patience, and strength. It demands that you remain approachable yet guarded, flexible yet firm, and open to possibilities while protecting your interests. By mastering this balance, you position yourself as a leader who's not only respected but also unpredictable and effective. And in the end, that is the kind of leader who truly thrives.